Greetings, sacred conscious co-creators of the new Eden Freedom Codes. Happy 5-5 Galactivation Portal. And to our bro stars and sisters of Mexico, happy Cinco de Mayo, Day of Freedom. Another day of very powerful energies manifesting into this realm with these 5-5 energies from the 5D. Higher dimensional frequencies, which we have experienced the last 3 days of intense 5D gamma blasts on the Schumann resonance chart, which looks like a sine wave, the heartbeat of the universe, of the central sun, Hunabku. Today we had a 45 amplitude, overtone frequency, 45 hertz, which is a 9 code. Today many experienced third eye activations, crown chakra pulses connected to the solar plexus, the upper dantian and lower dantian merging with the middle. Yesterday, many intense heart and higher heart fluctuations, palpitations, racing heartbeat. This is the body synchronizing. It is entrainment with the rising of the Gaian energies of Pachamama. Someone asked the other day why I speak about the earthquakes around this realm. The short answer is, there's a very long answer, but due to time limitations, I try to keep these transmissions 30 to 50 minutes, because even at that time, it takes 3 to 4 hours between preparing, recording, editing, uploading, and updating the website. The longer the videos, the more time of editing. So 3 to 4 or 5 hours a day is the time I have to dedicate to these transmissions. So some of the reasons I speak of the earthquakes, the volcanoes, many earth changes, these synchronize with the prophecies of our ancient cultures, our Native American cultures of North and South America, the Mayan, the Incan, the Hopi, many tribes, also synchronizing with the Mayan calendar, the Hindu prophecies, the Christian prophecies. Many of these things synchronize. Also, the synchronicities, when we look at how many earthquakes and the acceleration, the rising, everything I speak about on this channel is connected in some way to the awakening of consciousness, the quantum leap of consciousness, the ascension, the event, these concepts of transformation, transmutation, and freedom from the suffering, from the time loops of separation, and the programming of the false 3D matrix. For instance, a couple days ago when I saw a constant 66, then the largest earthquake was 6.6 magnitude, just as today, being a 5-5 portal, the most powerful earthquake in Tonga, 5.5. Also, we have the number synchronicities and the locations. So people hear that, it might activate something. Here, like in Greece, if you have a connection to Greece, the earthquake at 6.6 was in Crete, Greece, which connected me with my Greek friends, many Greek friends. One of the twin flames in this timeline of myself, which I call the Greek goddess that dances with the stars, her aunt and uncle, who ascended, one on New Year's Eve 2017, and the Uncle George, two of my best friends who are in the higher realms. I was at his bedside when he ascended in 2018. Two of the greatest human beings, George and Tina Casadonis. I love you, bro star and sister in the stars, working with our ancestors and our beloveds that have ascended before us. And George was 90 years old when he ascended, and he was one of the strongest, kindest human beings that I've ever met in this timeline. So we feel those connections, they're reminders, they're signs, they're symbols that activate things in our consciousness, in our brain, in our hearts, our minds. And also this is multidimensional. These codes and frequencies and energies connect us to the higher dimensions, the higher timelines, and to our multidimensional selves. Over the last 24 hours, again in Puerto Rico, which is the Atlantean energy, we have these in threes, 3-6, 3-1, 3-2, one after another. Also El Salvador 4-6. So someone listening to this might have a connection. Ancestors lineage from El Salvador 46, 64 mirror. Afghanistan 4-4. So the 44, that's part of the higher dimensional, the higher density. Divine 44 is what I call my team. Afghanistan has a Stargate. So these Stargates, these portals, these vortexes, Guatemala, one of my dear friends, Ileana, grew up in Guatemala 13 hours ago. 13 is divine feminine. 5-2, 5.2 magnitude in Guatemala. Argentina and our sacred Andes Mountains 4-5, which synchronizes with the 4-5 in the Schumann resonance chart. So we start seeing these synchronicities and codes. We also had a 4-1 in Myanmar and Tonga, a 5-5, which synchronizes with today's code, 55, which was the most recent powerful earthquake. Chile, 4-6, which is also in the sacred Andes Mountains. Another 4-6 earlier in Chile. Japan, a 5-0, which is the Lemurian energies. We see these around the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire and the Pacific Ocean connected to Lemuria, Mu, the divine feminine, and the Atlantean, the Atlantic, with the Puerto Rico earthquakes, and through the Caribbean, connected to the divine masculine energies. So I hope that clarifies for anyone that might have that question about the importance of being conscious of these movements on the earth. And they're also resonance. These are vibrations, frequencies, which we feel. It's a mirror of the holographic nature. Our body is the universe. Every piece is a representation of the whole creator source energy. We start seeing and feeling these connections on a deeper level once we come to realization of our true nature, our true power, our true source. At 5:55 p.m. today, I was driving by our friends that own a Mexican restaurant, and there was a line going out, even though with this social distancing thing, they allowed them for Cinco de Mayo. Obviously, they had to follow certain rules and protocols, but this is a very important holiday for our Mexican sisters and brostars. It had to deal with freeing their country, their nation, from the French invasion in 1862 on this timeline. Today, with these 5D energies flowing in, many are feeling expansion, activations in third eye, crown, crystal palace, and base of the skull. We call jade pillow in the Taoist art, which connects to the solar plexus. You might feel that in the solar chakra, also connected with throat chakra today. You might feel an expansion or contraction. Yesterday was more lower dantian and heart activations, releasing, purging, many different things. Many different ascension signs manifest through the physical vessel. So always let us know in the comments what you're experiencing with what people call ascension symptoms or signs, symbols, manifest in the physical body. These help other light workers, way showers, knowing that others are experiencing the same things, that they are not alone. So part of these activations, many people feel like their thresholds are being pushed. And part of this transformation and ascension is the sensitivity of the nervous system, the central nervous system. So these energies we may feel on a deeper level, because part of this transformation is feeling deeper into our heart energy. And we need to allow these energies to move through us, the meridians, the channels in the body. This is the current, what the current flows through, following the nervous system and the bloodstream and what we call the meridians, which are like the ley lines of the body, where the current, the energy, the chi flows through the body from head to toe. We say in Taoist that where the mind goes, the chi flows. So these energies that you're feeling in your body is calling your awareness into that portal, into that vortex, or into that channel that carries us home to source, to that still center we call 0 point, the neutral point, the still white magnetic light at the center of all things. It's the center of the wheel, the center of the universe, the central sun that is within each individual. It is the same, no separation, as the infinite great sun. We'll start today's first transmission from Harmonic Convergence 2020 from 11:11 to 5:5 fractal synchronization in time. Today marks the 5th day of the 5th month of the Gregorian year 2020, noted as 552020. Number 5 codes life itself. When examined through multidimensional lens of the synchronic order, the significance of this mirror portal is amplified today by the fractal resonance power, the Galactic Maya timekeeping system. How is this? On the 13 moon count, Gregorian 5.5 corresponds to day 4 of the 11th moon of the year. On the galactic count, this day is coded by kin 3711 Earth. And there we have 37 and 11 and Earth, which synchronizes with many things we talk about. The 37 being Earth and the 73 being the mirror heaven. So 37 and the 73, heaven on earth, through the sacred portal of 1111. 3773 is 1010, which is also the yin-yang sacred portal of divine masculine, divine feminine. The earth holds the power of evolution, navigation, and synchronicity. The spectral tone 11 holds the powers of liberation and release of the full light spectrum of the rainbow. The affirmation for 11 Earth states, I dissolve in order to evolve, releasing synchronicity. I seal the matrix of navigation with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. Since the tone of the daily kin syncs with the tone of the moon, today is considered a magic turtle day, coded by 1111. This is then a perfect opportunity to sail into the ocean of time and explore the multiple fractal synchronizations taking place through the fabric of multidimensional reality. From the perspective of fractal time, the current wave spell of the hand has a special significance. How is this? Following the 1 kin equal 1 moon fractal count of 260 moons, the 1 wizard year corresponds to the 13 moon planetary service wave spell of the hand. On this 1 kin equal 1 moon fractal count of 260 moons, this entire spectral moon is coded by the kin 3711 Earth. This means that since the last kin 27, day 1 of this 3rd wave spell, we entered into a fractal synchronization portal where each daily kin corresponds to each moon of the year, which that is a very powerful synchronicity. This nested fractal synchronization is taking place from April 25th, kin 27, to May 7, 2020, kin 39 on the Gregorian calendar, which May 7, kin 39 is Vesak, the celebration of Buddha birth and Buddha enlightenment. Today marks then the assemblage point of the 13-day fractal synchronization portal, giving place to a perfect nested synchronization. Today, kin 37 nested inside the moon, coded by kin 37. Master fractal synchronization, 20 years from Nahoy Olin. It was precisely on the 11th day of the 11th month of the Gregorian year 2018, when we experienced a similar alignment between the Gregorian count and the 260-day moon fractal count 11/11/2018, corresponding to kin 17, Earth, 4 Earth, nested within the 4th moon of the year, coded by kin 17, giving place to another perfect nested fractal portal 11/11/17/17. This alignment took place during the 4th moon of the year, coded by kin 169, 13 moon. Kin 169 corresponds to precisely the 13th tone of the wave spell of the Earth. Remarkably, 11/11/2018 marked 26 Zolkins of 260 since the Nahoy Olin planetary alignment portal of 2000 55, and today 2020-55 marks 20 years from it. 20 is a perfect fractal of the 20 solar seals within the 260-day matrix and is in perfect resonance with the year 2020. Time is art. The noosphere is here. The precision of this double synchronization of nested fractal portals, dates within the Gregorian double-digit dates, and their connection with the Nahoy-Olin planetary alignment of 20 years in the past is quite remarkable and a sign of the activation of the noosphere. What is the noosphere? In order to be able to grasp the full scale of the evolutionary process taking place at this time on Earth, let's bring back to memory an excerpt from the Manifesto for the Noosphere by Jose Arguelles. The noosphere is the planetary sphere of mind or thinking layer of planet Earth. To grasp the idea of the noosphere, we must elevate our consciousness and open ourselves to the most general, elemental, and cosmic principle of life on Earth. As the mental sheath of the planet, the noosphere characterizes mind and consciousness as a unitary phenomenon. This means that the quality and nature of our individual and collective thoughts directly affects the noosphere and creates the quality of our environment, the biosphere. The noosphere represents the breakthrough to a new consciousness, a new time, and a new reality arising from the biospheric crisis. This is known as the biosphere-noosphere transition. Just as the biosphere is the unity of all of life and its support system, the noosphere is the unity of all mind and its thinking layers. In this way, the noosphere can be understood as the sum of the mental interactions of all life. Within the noosphere exists the evolutionary control panels known as the Psi Bank, the PSI Bank, the storage and the retrieval system for all the mental programs. As the next stage of evolution of the terrestrial biosphere, the noosphere signifies the advent of the qualitative dimensional shift, the passage from one state to another. This perspective of the noosphere as an evolutionary event has been scientifically anticipated by Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, the noted French paleontologist, as well as his colleague, with whom he jointly coined the word noosphere in 1926, Russian geochemist Vladimir Vernadsky. The theory and history of the noosphere. The internet is the third-dimensional reflection of the noosphere, a form of proto-telepathy. When the noosphere is fully activated, then the human species will experience telepathy as a collective norm. The point is this: when we understand the scale of the mega crisis, we realize there is nothing that can be done about what is going on within the old system of behavior and belief. You cannot stop an evolutionary shift that is encoded, much like the stages of fetal development are encoded into the embryo's genetic material, into the whole system process of a living planet like the Earth. The only meaningful response to such a transition as is now occurring is to shift our consciousness to meet it, and this is precisely the prescription that augments and affirms the coming of the noosphere. When we extend our awareness and shift our consciousness to encompass the full meaning of this evolutionary shift, we can begin to retrain ourselves, refocus our psychic energies, and redirect our practical actions to come into alignment with what a noospheric civilization, a holistic and holomonic planetary culture will of necessity be like. We can begin to live the new time before it arrives, and by doing this, prepare the way for others. Jose Arguelles, Volume Votan, Manifesto for the Noosphere. Today from Celia Fenn, 5-5 Stargate. Today we transit the 5-5 portal. We call this the Taurus Gate, as the sun is in Taurus, and we are crossing the area of the galaxy that contains Sirius, Orion, and the Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, the energy of the Divine Feminine, and of joy, love, creativity, and compassion, the energy of Mother Mary, Yeshua, and Mary Magdalene, the Buddha, and Kuan Yin, energies swirling and shifting into balance as we are given the opportunity to raise frequency and consciousness on our timeline. We are given the opportunity to choose the new Earth timeline. It is a time of great change, and a time when we need to come together with our angelic and galactic families to return to Earth to her original purpose as a sacred planet and a garden of peace and love. Dear friends, please join with me on this day to confirm your commitment to the new Earth and the new dream, to love, peace, joy, harmony, and freedom for all on this 5-5 bridge of light. This is a powerful dream and a powerful act for each one of us. From Elizabeth Peru, The Power of 5-5. Dear cosmic community, there's just so much energy moving through us today. Are you feeling the change and potential agitation on the 5th day of the 5th month? Each one of us is being activated to either become or be influenced by an energy catalyst. You can invoke the qualities of 5-5 by being adaptable, creative, open to variety and change, a mind traveler, exploring and being in the flow of life, motivating, intuitive, and taking risks, personally expressive, and you could also be ungrounded, overindulgent, and unable to complete. A peaking cosmic moment of 2020, beloved ones, the important life-shifting energy that we've been building towards arrives. May 5th is 5-5, cataclysmic life change. We're halfway from equinox to solstice. Halley's Comet meteor shower peaks, and the moon's ascending north node shifts into Gemini after 18 months in Cancer, plus a near super full moon builds, the annual Buddha Truth Moon. What does it all mean for you? Well, some will be energized, some will be exhausted, all will be transformed. From ElizabethPeru.com. And from Meg Benedict, the downward clockwise spiral of human decay and death will be eliminated from the 3D, 4D astral plane. The new 5D Earth paradigm is riding in on the photon particle waves of universal intelligence from the galactic center. As we ascend into higher and higher frequency, we are learning how to master our thoughts and emotions. In this manner, we are becoming ascended masters of the ego self, no longer reacting to life, but holding a calm, balanced 0 point instead. The true test of spiritual ascension is the practical daily application of higher consciousness. It is not enough to just study spiritual principles and universal law. We need to live it. 5D quantum living requires being in integrity, ensuring all our thoughts, feelings, intentions, and actions are in alignment with our authentic soul, truth, and purpose. Meg Benedict. And today, at 4:44 p.m., this code from the Archangelic calendar came through. Another powerful synchronicity. Divinity is in charge. Archangel Aaron. Energies are coming in strong and will continue to increase. Gaia is in a fire-dominant setting and is reflecting her mood, but in a very deeply spiritual and emotional way. She has summoned forth Archangel Azrael, not to be confused with Azrael, to target specific areas for transmutation. We are one with nature, and thus we are working through old trauma and energies from this macro sentiment as well. In other words, we are seeing a great change in full swing, and the Lightworkers are about to find their place in this complicated new world. We have established baseline connections with Ra, our sun. This means that the sun will be more efficient in nourishing our energetic bodies. It is wonderful to see the world of nature returning back to its natural state, but in an evolved and more advanced way. Nibiru has launched more technology into our atmosphere to help humanity in its liberation. The elephant in the room is that tomorrow is the sunrises of Q, which will last for 9 archangelic days. What needs to be said is that when the work started, Q was not even in existence. This event also seems to have landed on a full moon and the celebration of the victorious Battle of Puebla, meaning all signs point to this being a very productive time period. It became extremely evident while working on the cuneiform that this day was going to manifest with a swift turn in the right direction. We had a major timeline shift, and it was not expected in the least bit. This very macro shift was initiated by infinitely expanding Creator Source itself. There is always an element of surprise because of this. No personality, be it physical or non-physical, can trump the will of the sum of the whole. It is hardly breaking news that we are experiencing incoming energies like never before. This is causing many changes in many aspects of ourselves and upon planet Earth as well. Unexpectedly, the celestial bodies of the universe are going through an upgrade in exact unison with ourselves. This statement is true, but it's also true that as the observer dictates reality, and these things are a microcosm of our higher consciousness manifesting this reality, the vibrations are going to get even higher. It may seem like we have been on a roller coaster while observing the Schumann, but I assure you that the big thrills have yet to come. When these higher energies hit, the mental state of the general masses will be a major issue, and those who are not aware of this will have an issue navigating these waves. Ringing in the airs and vivid dreams are common at this time as the subconscious mind becomes more cognizant and effective than ever before. Time is going forward and backward and hopping around like it's a game of hopscotch. For example, you could swear the clock just said 11:54, but the clock is now reading 11:20. This is a micro Mandela effect, and it's a real sign of where we are at the moment. This is a gigantic signal that we are in the middle of a highly active quantum gateway that will continue to adjust our reality until the desired outcome is reached. And again, this must be being directed by the highest authority. Divinity can really make things happen like nobody else. This is where your faith must be. There is no limit to the power that the divine holds. We always have a silent partner in our corner, and no matter what the odds are, or our logical mind may say, it can and will conspire for your well-being. When you are operating out of a higher mind, which automatically communicates very well with infinitely expanding creator source, be it a puja or not, we are being heard. Archangel Annon is assigned to a scouting position to help scan for galactic anomalies such as the one we will see in assignment number 3. He is very fast and never wears armor. His talents are not necessarily in battle as much as they are in the realm of intelligence and engineering. He is a highly intelligent and communicative archangel that is very eager to work with the humanity. And because he yields no armor, he is super comfortable to be around at any level of understanding. So the tools for the assignments are in the link in the description below this video, or you can go to primedisclosure.com, read Spectral Earth for this full transcription. The assignments are: number 1, there are many fakes walking around planet Earth. There is a specific technology that allows for false images to be projected. It is located on a cloaked, malevolent ship that moves randomly about our orbit and can be located by its dark and stinky aura. Use any means necessary to disable this starship. Number 2, Gaia is asking us to hold tight and ground hard. We also have the option to ground our loved ones on their behalf. This is usually not the case, but it is a necessary change. Use any grounding method you prefer. If you need help, envision roots coming from your being and dig them deep into the ground, and do the same for your loved ones. As we have mentioned, that we have designated Archangel Annon to the task of scanning for galactic abnormalities, even though this specific request comes from Surzi, our galaxy, directly. There is a rip in space and time right outside of Surzi, and our galaxy is constantly expanding. This open wound needs to be sewn shut and sent healing before it infects our residents. The golden thread is the easiest stitching tool that we have, and any shade of green in any lighter plasma application will promote the healing that we desire to obtain. That being said, feel free to use any healing modality that resonates with you. This is from the archangelicalendar.com. And from here in the Moon Astrology, May 5th, 2020, we were made for these times. For years we have been learning, practicing, been in training for, and just waiting to meet on this exact plane of engagement. Clarissa Pincola Estes. A heads up, from now on in, it's going to be crucial to understand the reality gap between 3D outer events and the cries to return to normal, and the truth of our trajectory, which is hidden in plain sight in 2020's huge cycles of transformation. This is permanent, irrevocable, no holds barred, reset. We said we wanted, but resisted all the way. As of now, we are locked into a time machine, heading for one of those hinges in history that means life can never be the same again. The June 21st solar eclipse across the galactic center. To give you a sense of what I mean by hinge in history, the last eclipse at the exact same point in 2001 delivered 9/11. This is another twist in the same karmic spiral with a different landscape and a cast of characters, and this time it is not happening to us, but we're happening to it. Upcoming key dates: May 6th, the karmic node of fate moves into Gemini, handing down a new mission for the next 18 months. May 7th, the Scorpio full moon brings Vesak, the annual high festival of resurrection, Buddha's birthday and yearly return as Avatar, streaming the light of revival, resurgence, and renewal onto the planet. May 11, 13, 14, Saturday, Venus and Jupiter slow to turn retrograde in sequence, followed in June by Mercury and Neptune. June 5th, lunar eclipse across Sagittarius Gemini. June 22nd, solstice solar eclipse at 0 Cancer and karmic south node of fate on the galactic center. July 4th, lunar eclipse across Capricorn Cancer. Outer life may retain and regain some semblance of BC before Corona, but with such a weird cocktail of change and agent planets retrograde until October, and wild card evolution, accelerating eclipses, life will feel like we're learning how to dance backwards in high heels. To quote Ginger Rogers, brace yourself for a surreal ride. The physical, mental, and emotional levels are grasping for an old reality which has been deleted. Take heart and know that we are en route for one of the brightest cosmic beacons we've seen for a long time, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in progressive futurist Aquarius on the December solstice. Wise hope plus fierce grace are our sacred medicine. From here in the moon astrology.co.uk and from Nyingma Masters of Tibetan Buddhism, Tolku Urgyen Rinpoche. Please understand that all sentient beings, all our parents, want nothing but happiness. Unfortunately, through their negative actions, they only create the causes for further pain and suffering. Take this to heart and consider all our parents wandering blindly and endlessly through painful samsaric states. When we truly take this to heart, out of compassion, we feel motivated to achieve enlightenment, to truly help all of them. This compassionate attitude is indispensable as a preparation for practice. From the Zolkin Times, Kin 37, Red Spectral Earth. The number 11 is called Spectral, and its keywords are dissolve, liberate, and release. Nothing feels better than letting go. If you want to feel lighter, just liberate yourself from negativity. We all have problems, issues, baggage, money worries, etc., etc. These things aren't going to go away. All you can do is change your attitude. Life is always going to be tough, and either you allow that to overwhelm you or you release yourself by acceptance. You can find happiness in any circumstance, and it just takes a change in perspective. That's all. Today is Red Earth, which represents evolution, synchronicity, and navigation. We are always striving for change. It's human nature. We evolve through adaptation, and on Red Earth days, we can check ourselves for progress and consider what we need to do next to make headway. As it is a liberating day, obviously it is through the process of letting go that we can evolve. If you would like to feel free, lighter, and happier, adapt to your circumstances and accept yourself and what you have. Release your negativity, dissolve your fears, and you will certainly feel more evolved. The guide for today is Red Earth also, and therefore a double helping of evolution. From Christina Papagiorgio, Red Spectral Earth, Kin 37, 5 May 2020, Liberating Evolution, 552020, 55 Earth Liberation Portal, 5522 equal 554 equal 14 equal 5, 555 Liberation Coding, 5 Freedom Change Transformation Liberation, 4 Form Structure Foundation Earth Angelic, 14 Media Publicity Promotion, Kin 37 equal 10 Manifestation, Authority Power Leadership, new beginnings. Viva la revolution. 5 freedom codes in abundance in conjunction with today's spectral tone of liberation. We are also in day 4 of the red spectral serpent month of liberation, and we have Pluto in retrograde, revealing all the deep Plutonian underworld secrets and wounding to be transformed by the light, so we can be freed and liberated from the tyranny of darkness, all on the 6th day of the Vesic portal of light, guiding us to greater illumination, all up an absolutely, miraculously stellar lineup of codes symbolizing victory for Gaia's liberation. Warning, Kin 37, red spectral earth is also earth-shattering, so watch out for the signs today from Mother Gaia. Earth-shattering news, breakthroughs, and possible earthquakes as Pachamama shakes off her parasites. No free rides on Mama's back anymore. You must have a high vibe to get a ticket to ride. Day 11 in the Blue Hand Wave Spell. 3 more days of healing, gathering knowledge and accomplishment, completing this healing cycle, ready to become illuminated. On May 8th, we commence the Yellow Sun Wave Spell. 11 represents a gateway or portal, inviting us to walk through and release all that was holding us back. It is very fitting the 11 coding synchronizes with this 555 gateway of liberation today, a trinity of freedom codes. So today we are releasing all the healing we need to be liberated from dis-ease, density, and limitation as we follow the signs to wholeness. Tone of creation, spectral is the 11th tone of creation. It operates in the emotional realm, and its actions are that of dissolving, releasing, and liberating. This is very potent transformational energy. The spectral actions are very thorough, working in unison with the beautiful feminine energies of Kan and Kaban. This creates a more subtle yet very transformative power. All this coupled with the 10-1 new beginnings codes and the 5 liberation code in today's date makes for a whole panorama of releasing, dissolving, and cleansing old debris. Be mindful today of what emotions and old memories rise to the surface, then let them wash through you and send your body love and appreciation for alerting you that it desires to heal, be lighter and free. It is time to finally release and let go of the old shackles and move forward. Hip hip hooray. Take off your shoes, touch the earth, release all that old energy through your feet into Mother Gaia, then dance, sing, and enjoy your communion with our Earth Mother. Take a deep breath and get ready to take the next step as part of our global rainbow family. Manik is providing the impetus for humanity to accomplish the next phase of our planetary evolution. Enjoy the sweet smell of freedom and victory. Today's question is, what outmoded patterns, programs, and beliefs can I now dissolve and release in order to liberate myself, our ancestors, and our planet? Which path will now choose to navigate to greater liberation? Divine blessings for your total liberation from bondage and your beautiful new beginnings in this very wonderful, liberating month of May. In Lakek Alakin, Christina, White Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 37, Red Spectral Earth. The mantra, the code for today is, I dissolve in order to evolve, releasing synchronicity. I seal the matrix of navigation with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And with this powerful energy and purifying consciousness, the energy of the Christos consciousness, the return of the dove, with the Venusian energies and the healing of the blue hand path, the divine feminine, we release the sacred doves, the white doves of freedom, peace, unity, and abundance for all life and all sentient beings of pure consciousness. Let us know, beloved ones, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe for notifications on future updates. Also, the link in the description below will take you to our website with the transcription of today's transmission, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. You can visit our site. We have over 1,000 articles and transcriptions, transmissions on this site. I'd like to thank all the new patrons on Patreon. I call the Solar Dragons of the Rainbow Tribe of New Earth. If you'd like to support myself, my team, our vision for the Healing Retreat Center in Ecuador, you can join us on patreon.com/primedisclosure and join us in our CBD business at cbdpeaceoil.com. We're raising funds through this channel, through Patreon and the CBD business, to travel to Ecuador, to the sacred land, to find land, purchase land, and in time build the blueprint, the first healing retreat center of our lineage and sustainable community for all lightworkers, healers, wayshowers, to assist all of humanity in this great healing process and transformation. I would like to thank our soul family for your support through Patreon. Divine Sister, the Divine 44, Deetra M. Also like to thank Marie Paris R. and also Amanda B. Thank you all for your support, your kindness. I'd also like to thank Barbara today for your donation. Much appreciated, Divine Sisters of the Light. I'd also like to welcome several of our newest members on our team, CBD Team Ecuador, in the CBD business. Earth Elixirs, Dwayne, Chad, Valerie, Nitza, Colleen, MJ, Alicia. We'll try to get emails out this week to connect with all of you and our team. If you haven't joined our group on Facebook, it's CBD Team Ecuador. You can also connect with our team of the Divine 44 to collaborate on many different projects at Divine 44, Rainbow Tribe of the New Earth. So have a beautiful, amazing 5/5 portal, the coming full moon, and this Sunday the 10th, Pachamama Day, Holy Mother's Day, the Divine Waters. Keep walking your sacred path with heart, warriors of the light. I love you all. Namaste.